Oh. Cool. First of all, see, this is a trombone. Of course. How many musicians do we have in class? Anybody play instruments? Any of you guys play, you used to? Did you guys used to play wood instruments, woodwinds? You played woodwind? Did you ever use a mute when you were playing it? Anybody know what a mute is? Okay, so we have one person, that's fine. How many of you guys listen to jazz? Good, good. How many of you guys want to listen to jazz? Good. There's actually, in jazz, there's something called a mute. It alters sounds. What it does is, here, just a second, redirect and alters sound coming out of the bell. So what you have is you're playing with the trombone. I'll do a quick demonstration for you guys. So you got the basic sounds. So it's coming out of the bell, going directly to the audience. With a mute, what you do is you redirect the sound. So as it's coming out of the bell, it's going into the mute and actually bouncing around inside the mute. Another thing it does is actually reflects off of this. So here's with the mute. So have you guys heard a sound like that before? Where if you're listening to jazz or any other music, what it's doing is what you're hearing is reflecting off the inside of it. It's taking off the high sounds and actually bouncing around and reflecting certain sounds inside here. So like the high notes, it creates a high-pitched sound. It creates a metallic sound. So listen again. And it actually makes it more of a background sound. So when somebody else is soloing or something like that, most musicians will pull out a mute like this, put it in their bell, and actually blend in more with the background. So one of the most useful ways to do that, sorry, you guys recognize this, right? So good. So what you have, sorry, it's a plunger mute. Easiest name, you take a plunger. Most musicians, they go to their local hardware store. They get that really quick. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably won't play a musician, so you probably, won't play an instrument. So you won't have a need for this. But one of the most recognizable sounds is actually out of this. So we ready? So I know all of you guys probably recognize that. Cartoons, all that kind of stuff. So you've heard a mute before. With the mute, you can actually play different sounds. With that, you're altering the sound coming out of the bell, lengthening the sound, and actually creating a different wave. So another way you probably recognize this, how many of you guys watched Peanuts? Yeah. You know the teacher in that? A wah-wah is actually a trombone using a plunger mute. So you've got that. And finally, I'm going to show you guys one of the most used ones. It's actually called a silent brass. It's one of the least heard ones. It's actually used for recording trombones, and also for other brass instruments. So here, let me demonstrate this one too. So what it's doing is it's actually has the input through the top. It takes the different sounds and acts like a muffler. So think, sorry. Yeah, exactly. Think a silencer on a gun. This is actually redirecting the sound and coming out at a different angle. And so it has different paths it has to come through. So when you're playing it, this is what most musicians will use for recording, is if you're in a studio or something like that, is you actually can plug in a mic and record it through the sounds and into a machine. And so you can put it into a machine, alter it, all different types of stuff like that. So, I mean, sure, most of you guys, like I said, you probably won't play this, but you'll hear this all the time. So the main purpose for today is having you guys recognize different sounds. I mean, next time you guys listen to jazz, listen to any classical music, you'll hear these sounds. So just keep an ear out for it. You've got these are the three most common mutes. Like I said, you've got the cup mute, the plunger mute, and the silent mute, where it completely blocks out all the sound. So thank you, guys.